Hi, this is Krista from Amiens house. Today I'm going to do our 3rd year anniversary walk around and we'll see what's changed from June 2020. Come along for the walk. Last year I started up here by the road, so I thought I would do the same, and I'll kind of hopefully trace my steps as best as I did so that we can see if there's any changes or differences. Last year the driveway has not changed. It's exactly the same. The mailbox that I was praying was going to get done just after the video, and I've asked for it for Mother's Day and for my birthday, just doesn't seem to have changed. So we still have this terrible old mailbox that we have everything for a new one. We just haven't changed it for whatever reason. Moving on from the mailbox, we will go to the beginning of the front yard. We have brought the pigs up again to the front of our house. This year we have 15 pigs. We winter them in the back corner, and then we bring them up here so they can rotate through the grass in the summer. So we have all the pigs here with rotational pens again. We have our vegetable garden along here as well, which is really coming along, and I have a video specifically about a vegetable garden walk around, so if you're interested in that, just go check that video. I will link it below. Dob has come to say good morning. Haven't you, Dob? Dob and Waddle are our mums. I haven't fed them yet because it's quite early. So they're all like, well, good morning, where's my food? There's all the piglets. We had 10 piglets this year. Waddle had 4 and Dob had 6. And they're all healthy and doing well. And then over here we have Bacon and Walter. Walter's still sleeping. He's like, don't wake me up. These two will be pasture pork. They're right there. And in the back there, way back there, that's Gustav, our boar. So that is the pigs in the front garden. And as you can see, I'm just finishing past walking the vegetable garden, our mulberry tree. We've added a small strawberry patch this year, and all that black tarping will be more strawberries as soon as I get them over here. We are doing meat chickens again, and this is our second flock of 100 chickens, and they are 4 weeks old. The difference we did in the front this year is we made the pens a little bit closer to the laneway so we could run chickens on the outside. Last year we ran them inside, and it was just hard with all the fencing. And we thought the chickens would follow behind the pigs and clean up after the pigs, and it ended up the pigs cleaned up after the chickens, and that really wasn't what we were hoping for. So we decided not to do it again this year. But that's the chickens, and nothing really else has happened up at the front. The house, you will notice, has painted doors and new windows, and we will get into the house in a little bit and look at all the changes that have happened in there. Nothing has happened on the outside on that, so I will go through this little wood shed, which I call the last ugly building standing, and eventually will come off. In here, we have made a summer kitchen, so I laid the floor of patio stone that was here, and we've cut a lot of wood again on the inside, and then we moved the kitchen that was inside outside. So we have a little summer kitchen for the summer. And then out here, we are in the attempts of starting a little patio that will be done at some point. I've added roses that I've had to cut back because I planted them too late in the season. We have been very blessed with a trailer so we can sleep, and you'll see why we need a trailer to sleep in a little bit. We've built another chicken tractor, which we used because we had meat flocks come too close together. So we've already used it once. It's also going to be used to overwinter our layers, which are new. We got those last August. So we need to winter our layers, and we will do deep bedding in there, and then it will be like a hoop house or greenhouse for the early spring. We've cleaned up this whole area. Last year there was lots of junk still on there, so now we can cut the grass there. And I'm gonna go over here on the other side of the wheat, if I can not be in the sun, and scan in for you. You will see, right, where is it? There, we built the kids a tree fort. We did a staycation in August last year, and we built a tree fort. It has a trap door and a pulley system and everything. They're already making plans for a second level with a roof. So that was fun in what we did in August. The herb garden is coming along, and I will also link, I've done a video of a walkthrough of the herb garden, so if you're interested to know what's happening in the herb garden, it's still in process. It's not 100% finished, but it's growing strong, so that you'll see. If you were interested in the herb garden, you can check out the video below, and you can see our layers. We got these old ladies for free in August, and we built the chickshaw, which is down there, for them. It still needs wheels. We were given 35. They're between 3 and 5 years old, so they're not supposed to lay eggs abundantly, if at all, and we still get 13 eggs a day, and there are 13 chickens now. We have lost over half, but that was expected when they were as old as they are. At the front of the barn here, we have also been working on a trench, which seems like forever. Jeff had bought me this pump. It's a water pump, so like a hydrant, which is frost resistant, which means we will have water at the barn all winter, which is super exciting. And it was about to fill in the trench because we finally got it hooked up and realized I wanted a French drain, but he was like, no, we won't need a French drain. And then this trench he dug kept filling up with water, and we do need a French drain. So now he's deciding if it should go this way, across the front of the barn, fix up the grade on the front of the barn. That was what that would do. Take it across to the fence, and then it would go down the hill. Or if he should go this way, because eventually this will be a greenhouse, and go across the yard and then down that hill, and there's a drain there as well. And we have water at the back of the barn there, so which eventually I would like an outdoor shower. So then that could pick up the outdoor shower. So we can't decide, do we go this way with the drain, or do we go this way with the drain? I think he's thinking about going this way, which I think is good. And then when we do the outdoor shower, we'll figure out the drain there. Always questions, problems, and solving. We added these 2 doors. If you check out the video from last year, they were like this. It was one big door actually that was made of this corrugated stuff, and when it would swing, it was on 2 hinges on the side, and it was so heavy, it was so hard to open, and it would tilt. So these are 2 doors that open like that, so the tractor can get right in, put stuff in there. We still have to finish the top and then pretty up the whole front, but slowly and surely it's coming. And I'm pretty sure the roof was all painted last year by the time I did my video. We just now need to fix the roof a little bit and add some eaves troughs. Back here on the herb garden, Mackenzie has 1,000 bulbs in her garlic business this year, and we have potatoes over there, and they have been doing amazing. We're really happy with her garlic this year. And we made our own compost, hot compost, that was so beautiful. I'm in the thick of the weeds right now, hold on. And we used it for topping up beds, and it just so happy with it. So this is our compost area, some old straw and hay that we're gonna add to some paths. And we have some new compost starting. And where we overwintered the chickens, last year we did deep bedding. There was deep bedding for pigs, chickens, and then the cows went in, stirred it up. So it's gonna be added there, and we're gonna have some awesome, awesome compost for next year. This whole area is new. You can't tell with the weeds there, but this was all leveled. So we now have a working yard, which is awesome. So we've let the weeds grow up, but all of this is now level and flat, so Jeff can park equipment. We have wood chopped up. Over here it's nice and level as well, and so we can store things and try to keep the grass cut so it doesn't look like a wild area back here. And it's just been really great to have this nice and level. We would love to be able to get gravel, but that's in time to come. And then Jeff has also been able, the sun's coming through the trees, to be able to cut down in here so he can drive down through this hill both ways. So there's, on that side you can drive down and go to the pasture, or he can go drive down this way or come up this way if he wants to park anything, which it's been game changer and just lovely. We both are really happy with how this turned out. And this is kind of like the laneway around the barn for driving. It still needs some work because it's pretty hilly. We didn't get this leveled, and to our surprise and amazement, though we're not going to be able to see really because the weeds are so high, we haven't got on them, my uncle and his friend came, and this was full of logs, and it's now been all cleared and chopped, and we don't have logs to sitting here anymore, just weeds that need a weed whacker, it looks like. So that's very exciting that this whole side has been cleaned up. For any of you who might have missed our videos or haven't been keeping up on social media, Jeff was diagnosed with cancer this October 2020, and so he went through chemotherapy, and then he had surgery in March where they removed his bladder, prostate, and lymph nodes. All of his scans keep showing he's cancer free now, but it's been a rough year for him and the family trying to just manage all the missing parts. So my uncle and his friend came with that to do all that wood so that we could heat the house and help me out so I didn't have to try and chop wood. Over here now we are the kids' play area. This hasn't changed at all. We've worked a little bit on my spring garden, which is here between the trees. Just it's growing a little and filling in, but nothing exciting. And then over here, we're gonna go to the pasture. So down in there is the pasture. Jeff has just tidied up the fencing down there. He hasn't, we haven't done anything else. We've just kind of made it for the cows. We've just done the rotational grazing a little bit better. Scan out here. We did not work on my dad's path at all this year, which goes back in there to the teepee. The plan was to have it wrap around so we could have a whole path to walk up and around and then come up here. So the idea would be that we'd have a whole loop to walk. We did make a sign. It has not been put up. The anniversary of when we work on that was the day before Jeff had his surgery, so we didn't actually get to do that this year, but there is plans for that. Now you're caught up on what's been happening on the outside of the house and all with the farm and everything. Though I'm just looking at a tree that we've added. We added 6 sycamore trees down the laneway. That is one thing that I forgot to mention. Hopefully they grow strong and big and they'll be beautiful going down the laneway. So let's head inside and we'll see what we've done there. We're gonna start in the basement and work our way up. Okay, so this is the stairway going down from the coach house, and we're going into the basement. And the basement has, I'm not even sure if I've ever shown the basement, to be honest. So we've cleaned it up. We have removed all the electrical except for these few wires to run freezers and the fridge and stuff out in the kitchen. So that's all that's left on the panel, and they're just hanging because we had to bring in some new beams. We had 3 beams we had to clean up, and then you'll see we have all new plumbing. Plumbing has been roughed in throughout the whole house. The electrical has been removed except for those few wires throughout the whole house, and we have a new water system, so we can now drink the water here. And we will have a new well because we aren't getting enough water per minute. So we are having a new well dug, and the septic system will be updated within the next couple of weeks. And there are some resident cats of ours. We still have this big monstrous furnace, though we have all new ductwork throughout the whole house. Jeff's nervous to get rid of the furnace because he's like, what if we don't make our deadline and we still need to blow heat throughout the house before winter comes? So he's a little nervous to remove it, so he hasn't, but everything's ready we're doing geothermal is the plan if we can get it organized through money and COVID restrictions and everything. So we have to wait and see. So you'll notice that this part has been gutted. That will be the bathroom, and it's roughed in, so you can see where the shower is going to be. That's where the sink's going to be, and the toilet. There will be a wall here that we haven't built yet, and then this is where the washer and dryer is going to be. That's been a move. We weren't planning to have it there, but it's going to be there now, possibly temporary or maybe forever. Who knows? This is going to be a big mud room, and the kitchen has been completely gutted, and you can see the plumbing through there. We still have to take this stove out. We haven't done that yet, and then remove that last drywall and plaster that's on that wall. This is going to be a kitchen when we move in initially, and then if you've watched the videos before, the plan is to bump out into a kitchen, and this will become a dining room. We have not done anything in this front room or this hallway. It's still in roughly the same shape. This room is our storage room for all trim and doors. So that's what this room is for. So I haven't done anything in this room to clean it up. And then going up the stairs, you can see that we have started the gutting up here. So this is the floor that is mostly ready, I guess. It's the furthest along. All of the bedrooms have been gutted. Everything has been removed. We have HVAC built in, so the HVAC is coming through the ceiling instead of through the floor because we have a system in the attic that's bringing the air down. And then these will be our returns in the walls. And that is because we didn't want bulkheads, and it's because this house is so big, the furnace would have had to have an enormous engine, or it would have had to heat or cool the air so high, or like to extremes, to be able to actually make a difference up here. So we went with a system in the attic doing the bedrooms, and a system in the basement doing the basement and the main floor. All new windows, I said, outside. We are now ready to, you'll see that we've had to build out the walls. So I had friends come over and help me do that, and Jeff actually helped a little bit too when he was feeling better between a chemo session. And we will be spray foaming this part, And now, because of the trim, so there would have been lath here and plaster here, and this space here is too wide for drywall. If you put the drywall on, it's not going to meet the trim. So we have to build out now the interior walls just a tiny little bit so that the drywall will sit out enough that our trim can go back on without any issues. That's the next step up here, and then it's pulling wire. We have an electrical plan. We just now need to pull the wire, and you can see we have our supplies. The stairs have been moved. If you remember from the last video, they used to go straight down and just barely have enough room there to be able to walk or open a door, and the bathroom door was there as well, so you had two doors like opening on each other. So now we have stairs going up to the attic that have been turned. This will be, we have to build the wall here still. This will be the door into the bathroom. So I just walked through the door through the bathroom. There will be a vanity here. This will be a shower. There will be a clawfoot tub there and a toilet there looking out the window so you can look at the view. Let's look at the view. Beautiful wheat field. Can't complain. Okay, so let's head upstairs into the attic. So through the stairs we go. And the attic has been spray foamed. The floor has been completely leveled all the way to the dead space. So there should be a wall here by the window, and this is where the HVAC system will go, and there will be a dead space back in there. So this whole floor has been leveled. Now it's just waiting for us to do the subfloor, and then that's as far as this probably will go for a long time until we move in, and then we will finish this space up here. Well, that's the update for our 3rd year anniversary. I hope you enjoy it. A lot of things happened on the inside of the house this year, which is really exciting, and we just kind of tried to keep status quo with a few things that we were updating and kind of like refining outside with a little touch here and there. If you like this video, please press the like button, add a comment below, and subscribe. Follow us along on Facebook or Instagram if you would like daily updates. And on here you'll find lots of videos on our process on a weekly basis, and then some learning videos along the way. Thanks for joining. I hope you take some time to simply breathe, and we'll catch you on the next one.